Alright, what up YouTube? Yeah, just trying to change up my canister, my EVAP Vent Air Canister. This is a 2004 Pontiac GTO, and kind of show you what I'm looking at. I'm at the rear passenger side tire, and you're looking under the wheel well, but this is the rear of the car, as you can see. And to get to the canister, looks like we got 3 bolts or 3 screws to take out. This one, and this one. At least that's what I'm hoping anyway, and that's what I've heard. But it looks like this is a complete panel itself. I didn't see any screws under the bottom of it, but that's what we're gonna take out and see if we can resolve this issue. So, without further ado, let's try this out. Got a little magnetic tray. As such, a little magnetic tray for the screws. And there, that one's least magnetic. Let's see. As proper safety, usually take off any rings and jewelry while you're working on stuff. But if not, that's up to you. Alright, now I'm holding this part right here, if you can see that. And there's a little back side of it. It seems like it might be required. It was spinning with my screw when I tried to take it off initially. So, alright, so that came out. Let's see if it comes off. Actually hadn't found a video about how to take this thing out, so hopefully this will give you an idea. Looks like if you pull from the inside of the car, it comes out. Yeah. There's another screw under here. So, let's see here. Let's see if I can show you right quick. Try to move this without being too chaotic. Let's see. So what I'll do is I'll take this off. Alright. So going underneath the car, this is the other screw right there, if you can see it. It's part of the plastic, and it connects the black part, this part right here, to this part. So, but that's the other screw. So you got 4 screws that I can see to take this off. Alright, I'm about to take that last screw off. So once that comes off, alright, so this right here is your EVAP canister, or EVAP Canister vent valve. And looks like we got a little clamp on it, loose clamp. And how I initially found this bad boy was I used a smoker. I put smoke in the gas tank, and I had smoke come out of this thing from what I could see from where I was. So it's still a possibility it could have been in another area, but as of right now, I think this is probably where it's going to be an issue at, because it was smoking directly out of here. And from what I understand, it's not supposed to smoke out of there at all, when it's not activated. So I use a smoker. I put smoke in the gas tank, and I had smoke come out of this thing from what I could see from where I was. So it's still a possibility it could have been in another area, but as of right now, I think this is probably where it's going to be an issue at, because it was smoking directly out of here. And from what I understand, it's not supposed to smoke out of there at all, when it's not activated. So, but I do have times where my gas tank was, well, when you try to put gas into your gas tank, mine was clicking more often than when it's at the end, almost full. It was clicking 2 or 3 times, so I ended up kind of having to leave a gap in between the gas gun and the fuel tank. Alright, so take this clamp, move it back a little bit. Alright, pull that back. Dusty as all get out back here. Pull that off. Wipe that off. Check the end, make sure there's no cracks in it like that. So this looks pretty good. Very dusty though. If I understand, it pulls out toward the front. So looking at the new one right here, it does appear to have a couple locations for the clip, so hopefully, I don't know, I think this looks like I gotta push it toward the back, to be honest with you, to get it out. So let's try. Take this clip off. Oh man, that sucks. These things. Alright. That came out pretty easy. Alright, the back of it looks like there's a hook. It goes down. Alright, looks like there's a little lip in there, kind of like that once you push the little lip in, you stick a little thin knife in there, a putty knife or something like that. It looks like there's like a little piece of metal that that basically clips into the front of it, so when you stick your whatever in there, screwdriver or whatever, I don't know if a screwdriver will fit, but I'll try it, flathead, it'll pop it out and then you can squeeze it out. It's kind of got like a little lip on it. So, but if that's the case, then it actually looks like it might be pretty easy as long as you can find something to put in there. So what am I going to try is I got a feeler gauge. See if I can get it in there. Hopefully that'll allow me to pull this bad boy out. So this is my feeler gauge, if you can see it. You can see how flat it is. Stick in there. Hopefully it's strong enough to push this thing back, but I might have to use more than one strand to do so. So let's try 3 of them. So I can get that to fit in there. Alright. Try 4 or 5. Not too much. I don't think a screwdriver can fit in there unless you have like a jeweler's screwdriver. There, this is a jeweler's screwdriver right here. So let me try to get that to squeeze in and see if it's strong enough to kind of push that back. Alright, add another blade, 2 blades. Alright, add another blade. Oh, there we go. Cool. Alright, so basically looking at this thing, the back of it right here, there's a little lip on it, and so on this metal part, the clip, you have a as you can see, hold on a second. If you can see this, where is it? Alright, right there. That's not it. This is it right here. So you can see that little bitty middle finger right there, a little middle ping. This sticks out, and so it catches the back of the catches the back of this. Let me see if I can pull this out real quick. Alright, catches the back of this thing when you put it in. Alright, so this has got like 2 little grooves on it for the top and the bottom, and then once you get in there, that little thing basically holds it in, so to speak. But this is the old one. Looks fairly easy to take it out. I'm gonna check the connector to make sure the connector is the same. So this is the original connector right here. Alright, and now we have the new one somewhere. Oh, there it is. And we have the new one. So these are the two. Old one. Alright, new one. Connectors appear to be the same. Just to make sure. And so we should be good to put them in. I put the new one in. Alright, so dust as I'll get out. We're going to go ahead, and also the front part of this is not used. This front part of the connector is not used for this car. Only this one is. So we're going to put that in, and it should clip into place with no issues. Alright. Alright, so we got it sliding in on the back part of it. And then we're going to slide the rest of it in and it should click into place if you guys can hear it. There it goes. So now it's secured. Alright. So we'll go ahead and hook up our electronics. Hook that up. Alright, that's back in. Secure won't come off. Put on a hose. It looks like it's flush. Alright. So now we're going to use our pliers and put our connector back up there, and we should be done. At least as far as this part. So I've been having an EVAP failure on my MISs, so hopefully this will fix it, and I won't have that anymore because I got to go do an inspection for my car. And of course, you know, you can't have EVAP failures. But I hope you guys can see this. Also, I want to show that how many blades I used on my filler gauge. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at the end of the last one. So it looks like 10 of them, but I guess it depends on which side you use. But you're going to need enough to fit in there to push that little clip back so you can get it out or pull it out. So a screwdriver is going to be a little difficult to put in there, but a filler gauge looks like it's going to be the easiest thing to put back there. Of course, it might damage the gauge, but I think they're pretty cheap, especially if you get it from Harbor Freight. So, alright, let's finish this up. Oh, you bum. There we go. A little hot, sweating like I don't know what. Alright, so almost there. So hurry up. Oh, come on. Looks like it might be it. Maybe not. A little further. So looks like it's secure. Oops, sorry about that. Secure in there. connect it with our connector. Looks like we didn't break it, didn't pull any wires out. Didn't see any damage. But we're gonna try this bad boy. See if it fixes my LS failure, which is an EVAP failure on my little scanning device. And hopefully that's gonna fix our issue. And let's see if we can just button this bad boy back up. Alright, got the screw at the bottom. Let's put it back in. Alright. Back in. Alright. Okay, where's my screw? Alright, bottom screw. Looks like there's 2 screw holes. For one's toward the rear of the car, appears to be the most visible. When you put your screw in. Also, the other one looks like it's got like a little bitty something. I don't know, to kind of fit in the other hole, so I don't really like a screw hole. It's more like a place holder or something like that. Alright. Let's see here. But so far it looks pretty easy. Not too difficult. The bottom screw hole looks like it's necessary. Top one, I'm not so sure. Looks like it might be part of something else. But we're going to put the screw back in anyway. Screw that up. Alright. That one tight. This one tight. Tighten up the one on the bottom. Not putting too much pressure on it, just enough to make sure it's in there good, since this is plastic down here on the bottom. These two are like they have metal screwed into metal, but not tighten them down too much either. Also, I did try to search for these bad boys online and did not find them, or finding instructions for it. But I'm going to, got the last piece right here, which is like a plastic insert before you actually put the screw in. So I'm gonna line this up. Put that in. Oops. Yeah, this kind of sucks a little bit. So what I'll do is I'm going to put it on my little screwdriver. This is the guy for the hole. It looks like it's spread out a little bit, which is the issue. Is you kind of gotta squeeze it in to get it to go. There's a little insert to go back in before you put the screw in. But hopefully you guys can hear this, and this hasn't stopped recording yet. Alright, looks like we're still good. Alright, so getting in the seating position. Pushing this up. Oh, this sucks. This is gonna be interesting. I imagine you have to put it's probably better just to put a new one in. If you can find one. Oh boy. Basically what you have is you have this thing flaring out at the end, if you can see that. And so to put it in, you gotta squeeze it like that and giddy on up in there. Somehow push it down. Or actually it looks like if you get it in there even, it should just pop in. So I just gotta put it in there flush. There we go. Cool. And the last screw is this little weird looking one right here. You can see that, and it just goes in. So once we do this, we should be good. Put the tire back on, rerun our test, and hopefully that fixes our issue and there's no other problems within the EVAP system. And the EVAP system, from what I understand, it's called the evaporative system. And so what we're looking for is making sure this bad boy doesn't leak out any fumes, gas fumes, and cause emission issues. Alright, cool. Looks like it's on. Well, I think that's it, and I'll try to write in the notes if this fixed my issue, which is EVAP failure. You know. First, you got to run the car a couple times, I believe, go through the drive cycle process a couple times before it actually will clear out. So hopefully we can get that done, and I'll be ready for my emissions. But hey, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys take care, and I hope this helps.